So I went to Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses book event for the second year in a row. And I want to show you what I got and talk about it and some of the authors. And my hands are shaking. Let's get into it, please. Wave
to the back.
Jacquel, Nina, because there's so many authors that thank you. Hey you guys, Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses owes me nothing, but I left, I jumped in my car, I got some gas, and then I drove home. I didn't stop one time. Came home, took a very long nap, but everything is here, all the books and everything. Give me, my glasses are fogged, but give me till tomorrow morning, and then I will show you everything that I got from Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses. Here is like the quick sneak peek. All of this, there's so many bags in here. Hey everyone, welcome back to Reading Sprints and Chai Sips. I'm your girl Sasha Bonet. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. So what is Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses? Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses is technically just a book event with Black women authors mainly, and I do believe the only reason it's Black women is probably because the Black men haven't joined. But Black women authors, usually they're indie. This year there was a traditionally published author, Danielle Allen was there. But usually, especially last year, it was women who were indie authors who write romance books and all factors of that romance, and it was a blast. So Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses is only in its second year. This year was the second year. I didn't know when I attended last year that it was the first year of the event. So I have been there since the beginning. This year was the second year, and I went again. This event is hosted by, run by, and created by Aisha Bree and Kimberly Brown, who are also authors and participate in this event. Now, the reasons why I wanted to go to Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses, it's only a few reasons. One, it's close enough to my home to where I don't mind getting in the car and getting there. It was in Columbia, South Carolina last year and this year, though the event venues were very different. Last year, it was a smaller event space, but still in Columbia, South Carolina. And this year, it was a bigger event space, still in Columbia, South Carolina. If you don't know, I am in Augusta, Georgia, so that ride is about an hour ride from my house to the venue. The other reason is because I rarely am in the know when it comes to an event, and I am happy to know, I am ecstatic to know that I have been with Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses from the beginning. And that's why I will continue to go, continue to support, and I hope I get the chance to go next year as well. I'm going to list all of the authors that were there. Maybe you will see some of your faves. Maybe this is a list that can just put some of these authors on your radar. So if you go to southernheartsandsingedkisses.com, you can see all of the authors that were there, but I'm just going to read them off for you. So first we have Aisha Brie and Kimberly Brown. We have Monica Walters, Siobhan Latrice, Danielle Allen, Nina, Brianne Dene, Aubrey Penn, Jacquel J, Charity Shanae, Mel Daw, India T. Norfleet, Simone, Shay Davis, Kay Shanine, Neek Mills, ML Bash, Natisha Rayner, Lakia Tannen, Brianna Michelle, T. Lynn Dandridge Monroe, Evelyn Latrice, Masterpiece, L. Kaysen, K. Nicole, A. Blossom, Chelsea Maria, Casey Mills, Takora Monique, Jatoria C., Wintertime, A.C. Arthur, Nissan, Jacqueline Thomas, and Sky Moon. Those were all of the authors that were listed to be there at Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses. Aubrey Penn was not in attendance, but she let all of her followers and all of us know that she wasn't going to be there. She was protecting her mental health. I know that's right. Beloved was scheduled to be there and was on this list at one point, and I'm guessing something happened, maybe a conflict of time, and she was unable to be there. But she was on this list at one point, so that's why I didn't mention her, because she's not on this list anymore. Now let's get into who on that author list I've actually read and how many of their books have I read. Aisha Brie, I've read one book. And next is Kimberly Brown, who I've read 4 books from. Siobhan Latrice, I've read 2 books from. Danielle Allen, I've read 1 book from. Aubrey Penn, 6 books. Jacquel J., 1 book. Next we have Charity Shanae, 1 book. Mel Daw, 16 books. Shay Davis, 1 book. Kay Shani, 1 book. Neek Mills, 1 book. ML Bash, 1 book. Natisha Rayner, 2 books. Lakia, 12 books. T. Lynn, 1 book. K. Nicole, 1 book. A. Blossom, 1 book. Casey Mills, 3 books. Takora Monique, 2 books. Jatoria C., 1 book. Wintertime, 1 book. A.C. Arthur, 1 book. Jacqueline Thomas, 1 book. Now, let's talk about the actual event just a little bit. So what I brought with me to Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses event was a portable fan, the little handheld portable fan. I do believe that that is a staple in all or for every book event. I think you should always have a personal fan. With the amount of people in a room, it doesn't matter how cold it is outside, how gloomy, how windy, people make body heat. Bring you a portable fan. The second thing I brought was a little book cart, and I'm glad it was a tiny book cart. Last year I didn't bring either one of those 2 things, and it didn't hinder anything. Again, it was a smaller event. I could go from the front door of the event to the parking lot, which was right there, and my car was parked fairly in the front, so it wasn't nothing to get books, bring them to the car, go back inside, and have a good time. This time the parking was further down the street, and I'm glad there was parking that was provided. That was chef's kiss. Thank you so much for that. But yeah, it only has 2 wheels, and it's a very small cart. If you are going to have more pre-orders, or you're thinking about buying more than what my little box cart could hold, then I would suggest getting a bigger cart. But be mindful, these places usually do have a lot of people running over people's feet, trying to get between people with these big carts. It's kind of imposing, so just be mindful. But those are really the only 2 things. I would say, like, I didn't bring my umbrella because, again, I drove and I didn't expect it to rain, even though I didn't check the weather. So check the weather before you go to any of your events to make sure. But it did rain, and we stood in line for about, I want to say 30 minutes, because we got there 30 minutes early. So make sure you are dressed for the weather. You have an umbrella if you need one, a coat, a jacket if you need it, whatever you need to be good for the weather. But other than that, that was fine. I think I will be attending next year, especially if the event keeps getting bigger, keeps getting better, and new authors are coming in and out, and I enjoy that aspect of it. I do think if I have one inside that I would love to provide for Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses, to have event helpers, volunteers. so that people can direct people, so that the volunteers can direct the readers on what lines to stand on and what authors are in which rooms, to help the authors figure out how many people are actually in their lines, to help take pictures when the readers want to take pictures. I think the event should have these people and not just the authors. And the reason why I say that is authors do bring their own people. Some bring their husbands to help, some bring their kids to help. I'm pretty sure it's because their kids want to be there. Um, some bring their kids to help, their older kids. They bring friends, they bring family members to help, all of that. However, if the event has has the volunteers, the volunteers know what to do for what the authors are not there to handle, which is lines. The author is not there to handle the lines that are coming to their table. The event should be handling that. And I said one aside, but I'm gonna give another one. I enjoy a lot of the interconnected kind of like themes or series that a lot of the authors have together. I love that. However, I think it would be a very, very, very great big idea if there's let's say a 5 author interconnected series, that there's a table dedicated to that series that all of the authors participated in, and there's a volunteer there that takes money for those series. You know what I mean? Because if I, as a reader, have to go to 8 tables to collect 8 different books from the same interconnected similarity series, it's a lot, especially when the event is crowded and full and hot. If everyone is there, and mind you, if they're at that pre-table, if they're at that table with a volunteer, the volunteer knows that, okay, there's only 60 of this full series here, right? 60 full series here, even though a person can just come up and buy one, but they have a set number. So obviously the money is accounted for. So whatever books are not there, the money should be with the volunteer, right? Because they have been sold. If all of those books are there, then a person doesn't have to run around looking for them or trying to find them, and they can all be pre-signed already. And if I then want, as a patron, as a reader that wants this series, if I buy the series from that one table that has that particular interconnected series from all of these authors, if I want it personalized, then I can go see the author personally for that. I just think it makes it easier because there were so many series there that were interconnected worlds, not really even series, because they're not really series because I don't really think they reference each other in any kind of way, but they have the same covers. They're in the same cities, and that's what it's meant to be, like a collaboration. Why are they not together? I would love to see that. I'm not saying that they will or have to do any of the ideas that I say, but I do think volunteers could be and should be available to the event. What most of you have come here for, that is the book haul. Let's get into it. Now, all of the books that I received while at Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses were pre-orders. That means before I even got to the event, I had already purchased all of these books but 2. So out of pocket at the event, I only paid for 2 books and 3 raffle tickets. That's it. We're going to start with the Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses merch and, swag bag. This is what it looks like. But this is the bag, the tote bag. This year, we also got our badges, and this one is the Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses reader badge. I know they had authors, but yeah, access to book event only, October 11th, 2025. This is so great. I enjoyed these. She said, I believe it was Kimberly Brown, or it could have been Aisha Bree, either one. I don't remember, but I know they said that they were supposed to be smaller, but they came out this big, and I don't hate it. I don't hate it, and I'm glad that I collect souvenirs, so I'm glad that I get to keep this. So every year in the tote bag, you do get a book that's signed by one of the authors. It comes in your swag bag. Last year, I got Jacquel J, like I said earlier. This year, I got Chelsea Maria, Changing Seasons. This is one of the authors that I did not get to read in trying to read all of the authors for this event. This is one of the authors that I did not get to read, so I'm glad that she's in here and now I can peruse her writing. This year we didn't get any incense, and I'm guessing what goes into your swag bag is who sponsors the event, and whoever those incense were by, I still have some. I'm not getting up to get them, but they smell fucking amazing, and I wish she would have sponsored the event again. Oh, they were so good. Okay, next, and because they're pre-orders, my name is on most of these bags. So next we have Rhythms Blues by Kimberly Brown. I had already read this book and gave it 5 stars, so I knew that I wanted to pre-order this book and have it from Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses. And all of these books are signed by the authors. Okay, we can do Lakia next. So Lakia is one of the authors that I've read a million times over before Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses. So she's not someone I am discovering. She is someone I had already discovered about 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago. Here are 4 books I have not yet read from Lakia. Like, I'm struggling with words today. But we have Malice Matrimony, Malice Matrimony 2, Bricks.
All white bricks, white 10 bricks, just hit a lick for 50 more bricks. Ballin' like a with all these bricks.
And All White Bricks. Now, when it comes to Malice Matrimony, I read this one already, so I had to go and get number 2. I did not own this. I read this on Kindle and then, had to get this one. Next up, we're going to do Brienne Dene. I met Brienne Dene at Southern Hearts 25. I did meet Brienne. Now, I got 7 books from her, and 6 of them I had already read on Kindle, but I wanted to own them because I liked them so much. Brienne Dene had so many free things sitting on her table, and she was like, please take them. So I was trying to oblige. This is this little series. I didn't realize that these were going to be so darn tiny. But I love little books. These little books are so cute. But this is the Love Language series. And if you know, you know, love languages are words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, words of affirmation, quality time, and receiving gifts. We have Talk to Me Nicely, Turn Me Out, Lucky Number 7, Thoughty or Nice, period, Yours to Have, and All for You. And all 6 of these little books I've already read. Now, I have the first book in one of Brienne Dene's other series. It's called Heat of the Moment. I love this cover. I don't know who she got to make these covers, but I love this cover. I have not read this one. So next up we have Casey Mills. And I love this tote bag. It looks like one of those bags that you take to the farmer's market. And 3 books. So one of the first books is The DeSantis Cartel, which I have already read. I enjoyed this book, so I pre-ordered it. Then we have A Motorcycle Club Romance, and we have Bash, which again I have already read, and I love these covers. I've already read this one, but Pharaoh I have not read, so pre-order. Next up we have Neck Mills with the drawstring bag. These girlies know how to put together a pre-order bag. Now let's get into the books. The Boudreaux series, and I read this one on Kindle. So you have Dro, the Ruthless One. I read this on Kindle. I enjoyed it, and that's what led me to pre-ordering all 3 of these, and 2 of the other 2 I have not read. Dro, the Silent One, and Dro, the Corporate Assassin. I love the way indie book covers feel and how they be looking and how thick they be. But yes, the trilogy, I had to get it from Nick Mills. Next we have, it's a shiny bag, but next we have Aisha Brie. A keychain that is so freaking adorable. It says, for my Brie babes, and it's a cassette tape. That's so cute. But I got another series by her, and this one I have not read at all. So now I have 5, 6, 7, 8, I think 8 books by Aisha Brie that I own that I have not read. But I went to Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses, and I had to pick up this series because between Paperback Worlds, Karen, told me about this series. She loved it. She read it for a video that I could not watch and still haven't watched yet because I didn't want to be spoiled for this series. So I went and got my own. And when I was at Southern Hearts and Sign Kisses, she looks so much like her sister, or her sister looks like her. I don't know which one is older, but I didn't realize that it was not her at the desk or at the table handing the pre-orders out. So after I told my name to pick up my pre-order, I handed her my signature book to sign. And she was like, oh, she's not here. And I looked, I had to really look, and I was like, oh, my bad. You are not Aisha Bree. Y'all look so much alike. And yeah, it was her sister. So I didn't get Aisha Bree to sign my book, but that's okay because I did get her to, sign my books last year. These books are signed by her, but she wasn't at the table at the moment. I don't know. She could have been going to get a glass of water or something. King's Distraction, King's Proposition, King's Catch, King's Surrender, and King's Release. 5 of those books just added to the TBR. Now, the next author I'm going to talk about is Monica Walters. And Miss Monica is going to get my money every damn time, and she still gives the best hugs. 4 books I pre-ordered from her because I'm in the middle of her Barrett series. I'm going to call them Barrett because that's how, when I read it, that's how I say it. There is something in the book that phonetically tells you how to say it, but that doesn't feel right on my tongue for some reason. Like, it doesn't. So Barrett. So I'm in the middle of that series. So that's the series. The next 4 books in the series that I bought, but also after I picked up all of my pre-orders, I went back to her table and she was nearly wiped the hell out. And I picked up 2 other books. First and foremost, the books from the series, and I don't know, these are, I'm probably not holding them in order or going to tell you about them in order because I don't know the order of them until I look in the book. So we're not going to do that. But we have I'm All In, Say You Love Me, Force of Nature, and Give Me Permission. And you know that a series is good when you're on book 9, 10, 11, and 12 of the series. One series talking about one family. The series is just good. The series is just good. And I started this series on Kindle like most of all of these other books. Now, the 2 books that I went back and got was, I believe this book was published either this year or at the end of this year. And it's Somebody Else Will by Monica Walters. And look, it's pink. It's so pretty. Like, I wasn't expecting that, but it's printed on pink paper. I'm glad I was able to get it. And then Blake University, HBCU Chronicles, Azari and Chosen, also by Monica Walters. I love a good HBCU book. This one looks like it's a special edition, but I do know this was also made this year, came out this year. This is also one of those books that is an interconnected authored series where all of the authors are talking about one place, which is Blake University, HBCU, but not from the same perspective. There may not be no overlapping characters or anything like that. It's just all in the same world. And I wish I knew who the rest of the authors were because I would have probably picked them up. But yeah, I also picked this one up as well. Last but definitely not least is Mel Daw. I love her to death. I follow her on TikTok, on Instagram. I think I just recently followed her on Facebook because a lot of these authors do have Facebook groups where they get to talk about things when it comes to their books. And there's a community just for that specific author. There's book groups that are specifically catered to that author and their books and their announcements and what they have going on, and interaction with the readers and things like that. Mel Daw put out that she only had a limited amount of something that she does. She does something every year, and or every time she goes to an event, not every year. And it's a commemorative kind of thing for a set number of people. But I was hoping, me and Between Paperback Worlds, Karen, we were discussing it on the way there. And when we got there and we were in line, we were like, oh, we hope we are here in time to get our commemorative thing, because she doesn't let you know what it is, but you know that it's something special and it's something for you as a reader, but you have to get there in time to get it. So I was hoping that I did get it. But more than anything else, this is a woman that knows how to pack a bag. Last year her bag was great. This year her bag is great. I fear I'm going to have to start following that woman to every event that she goes to because she's amazing. First, let's get into the books that I pre-ordered. I have most of all of my Mega books, so I didn't need Mega. I did need one of Mega's books, but at the time that I was pre-ordering, I hadn't yet read that Mega book, so I didn't pre-order it. But now I wish I had because since before going to the event, I did read it, so I should have got it. Mel Daw does have a paranormal series. And I don't know what the series is called, but I'll give you the titles. 2 of them I have read, and the other 3 I have not. So, When a Wolf Cries, I have read this one, and it's pretty good. Broken Arrow is the first one I did read, even though I think it's the 3rd book in the series. I didn't mean to read them out of order, I just happened to do that. Summer's Howl, I did not read this one, but I will be soon. BBW, Big Bad Wolf. I love that title. Haven't read that one either. And Willow's Peak, which I also have not read yet. But then we also have these 2 books. I have read Hey Lover. Again, I read Hey Lover like 2 years ago on Kindle and was like, there's a guy in this book and his name is Lover. Is it Lover Strong? Yep, it's Lover Strong. And I just love books where the characters have unique names, and Lover Strong is that's top tier. And I believe this is the 2nd book in that series, and I think it's only like a duology. I don't think there's more to it, but it's The Strong Survive, and I can't wait to read it. So those are all of the books. All of her packages always come with a prescription just for you. And then we have gibbets. So it comes with 3 gibbets, and one is Mel Daw. The other one says, Dare to be Grandiose. And then this one says, this one is the cutest. This one says, Come Scooch In. So if you can see them, those are the gibbets on the tote. And that is a bag I will definitely use at some point. Especially, I think it's good for like a beach. But let's get into the commemorative gift that she put into just a few pre-orders and orders. It's a plaque and it's shaped like a heart. And it says, Thanks for indulging in the mania of the pen, Mel Daw, Melvin's daughter. I think this is gorgeous. And she is a great and phenomenal author. And I just want to thank her for thinking about us as the readers when she, packages her orders when she knows she's gonna see us. I thank her so much for that. Well, that is all I have. Let me know if you went to Southern Hearts and Sign Kisses last year, this year. If you plan on returning next year, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because I'm trying to grow over here. We do like growth, but I will definitely see you in the next one. Don't forget also to put down in the comments, what would you like to see from me on this channel so that we can grow together? We can get the content and give the content the way it should be given and received. I will definitely see you in the next one. Bye.